Wearing a costume or creating a prop or costume accessory is not limited to the parade, and some attendees dress up as their favourite characters just for fun and to add to the atmosphere of a convention. Whether you do or not is up to you. The Maskerade is a tradition of the Discworld convention worldwide. It's a chance. It's a chance to take that one step extra to express your love of Terry Pratchett's characters, show off your costume to an audience, and perhaps win a prize for your efforts. We have some awesome entries for you to see today. A lot of thought, blood, sweat, and tears, and in one case, a bad case of boils, have gone into these creations. As you will find, the entrants have varied skills. Some can sew and do a very fine job of it. Some are crafty, and others piece a whole bunch of stuff together to create their own look. So, wish the entrants good luck, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay, so number one, our first entrant is Elaine from the UK with her version of Knobby Knobs, probably human. Elaine made the breastplate from gaffer tape, cling film, and coat hanger wire. The rest was either made or bought and altered by Elaine. Hubby was the volunteer model for the breastplate. Elaine assures us that the boils are not her own. Oh my God, Knobby is so ugly. After a fun afternoon on Elaine's part of wrapping her husband up in the cling wrap and gaffer tape, he promised he would never do that again. And didn't she just do an awesome job? Just leaving it here for a minute so you can go through all the fun facts. Okay, next. Number two, Granny Goes to the Theatre by Janina. She's from the US, thank goodness. Janina's costume was inspired by Granny's outfit for the theatre in Maskerade. Granny isn't in this Maskerade, she was in the book Maskerade. Well, technically she is in this Maskerade, but I'll forget it, you know what I mean. Some notable mentions of Janina's mastery. The dress is a theatrical replica of a dress from 1887 to 1889. It was partially machine sewn and hand sewn. The bodice is made of black taffeta with black lace over the green black taffeta with matching collar and cuffs. The beads were hand sewn one by one onto the bodice and accent the pattern of lace flowers. Historically accurate garments, Knobby, stop giggling, support the gown by way of bustle pad, corset, and a bustle cage is sewn into the skirt as per the book. Certain liberties were taken to match and I've just spilt my things. Certain liberties were taken to match the fabric as also mentioned in the Maskerade. The green and black taffeta was chosen for its iridescent and changes colour from black to green based on the way the light hits similar to a raven's wig. Janina tells us this was a labour of love and frustration. And the best part of this dress is pockets. We all need pockets. Well done, Janina. Next, we have from Melbourne, Marianne's portrayal of Margaret Garlick, based on the Weird Sisters. The green medieval dress has been hidden in the costume room of Redcliffe's players for decades. The costume pieces turned out to be perfect to play her dream role of Margaret. With the help of a few extra ringlets and a maniacal cackle or two, I hope that was all, Marianne. You know what happened to Black Alice. The apron was selected from their extensive supply for its feminine look. The witch's hat was purchased and contains bendable wire to give it that special witchy look. The flower crown was selected because it was simplistic, with daisies, not roses, and pretty for her outings with the fool. Let's hear a huge virtual applause for Marianne. Now, Chloe and Lucy Murphy from the UK with their Bill Dore and Death of Rats. The costumes were made in collaboration with friends and family. Chloe and Lucy adapted the Death of Rats skull from a Transformers VR headset using a terrifying looking circular saw. Don't try this at home, children. To remove anything that looked robotic. The teeth were formed from the Transformers antenna, flipped aside down to create the perfect teeth. Several layers of decorator's chalk, well-angled cardboard, paint and superglue later, ta-da, rat skull. They added tiny blue lights to its eyes. The hands, cape and scythe were purchases from eBay. Bill Dore was created with a child-sized skeleton costume and a morph suit for the horror character, the Rake. The skeleton costume was pulled apart to form the skull, more paint, chalk, LEDs, and the straw hat. Fun fact about the rat's tail, well, maybe not. Needless to say, they found a creative way to make the tail. Oh, and the golden timer was made using their Pictionary timer with added jam lids and some kebab sticks and spray painted gold. They now have a fancy timer for Pictionary. Well done, Chloe and Lucy. Number 5, welcome to Karen from South Australia presenting her prop, a book. A book nook depicting the demon summoning wash tub scene in Weird Sisters. When she heard about the competition, this idea appeared and it's been an effective and now it's been an adventure, and she now realizes how hard it is to photograph a book nook effectively. Well, it would be tiny. I'll leave that a little bit longer just so you can have a proper look. Karen's book nook is made from recycled objects, including a Nanny Og approved whiskey box for the outer casing. It includes the sharp and terrible bleached copper stick, the rather old washing soda, and the washboard for protection. She's done awesome work. Next, we have the privileged viewing of the most famous piece of artwork on the disc. Amy, also from South Australia, brings you the Mona Og. Amy told us recently about her process. It's 2 large pieces of packing cardboard on which I diluted acrylic paint and then taped them together. Once dry. The costume is partly from my old Nanny Og costume and the sleeves from an old shirt. That's just so classic. The table was a freebie on the curb and found on the curb, and a mug from an op shop brought ages ago. Well done, Amy, that was awesome. And last but not in any way the least, from New South Wales, Tanya presents her prop, iconograph. The design was by artist Karenza Gunsi, and Tanya made some modifications. The upright for the flash canopy is an actual working light, which was then snotted up to look antique. Yes, she did say snotted up. The canopy is a plastic funnel layered with gesso and brown inks and copper wax. The concertina body was by far the hardest part to make, and with the help from Karenza, has slots in it. These have photos attached to the cards that slide in and out with the ribbon. You can see those right in the middle there. At the rear is a box featuring an imp painting a picture. The lens housing at the front is made from an old metal Kodak film canister. Awesome work from Tanya. It has a touch of steampunk, perhaps inspired by Raising Steam. And now it's time to vote. Who will win best costume and who will win best prop? I hope you've enjoyed these offering. Please show your appreciation and select your favourite costume and prop in the following poll. Winners will be announced shortly. And so going on this, the winner is Mona Og by Amy for the best costume, and the Book Nook by Karen, I think it was. Sorry. So I'll just go back and show you those. Mona Og and the Book Nook. Thank you all for participating, and I'd like to thank the attendees for actually watching and joining in the vote. And also I'd like to thank the entrants for taking the time to send in their photos and make it a really good day.